Welcome to Enchanted Tarot. This is for the sign of Libra. It is a general reading. That being said, it may or may not resonate with you. If it doesn't sound like it's your story, check your other placements. Your messages could be there. So Libra, this reading is that of a male's energy. So if you are male, then this is your energy. If you are female, then this is the other person's energy. Okay? All right, so let's begin. This person is feeling very emotional. They have the moon about the ring and the child. So they're feeling very emotional about a commitment, about a new start with somebody. I feel like there's been a change in perception having to do with a past situation. Okay, we see that there was a communication breakdown, and so there was a communication breakdown, and they were very angry. They were upset. So they may have taken a decision out of out of anger. Tripping over my words. Okay, and so this person may have not been cooperative at all. They would not have, probably did not give you the chance to explain, because it's like there's just no understanding here at all. They're blaming you for something, or they did, or they were, But that energy is changing because of the Seven of Staves that is on top of it here. Okay, so the Seven of Staves speaks to gifts that are bestowed. So it's gifts that are bestowed after a tremendous struggle. So this person has been really struggling, and I imagine if this is the connection I'm feeling, you've been struggling also. And so this is a card that indicates coming out of struggle or a very challenging time. And it could be about a decision to fight for something. I feel like this is a really strong connection between you two, and I feel like it has lasted over a period of time. That connection is it speaks to the depth of feelings. Okay. Look, we have the baby twice. All right. So there was a breakdown in communication. The challenge is going to be to open up communication again. It's what they desire. It's what they're wishing for. What we see is, see, the book is about somebody who was closed, and that makes sense with what I'm seeing here. The blame, the anger, the breakdown in communication. They just didn't want to discuss it anymore. Okay, so what we see is that there were things, I feel, that were hidden from view, or hidden from their sight, because it's like they closed it off and they were no longer willing to discuss it. So they didn't have all of their information, you see. I feel like, because look, the child is here twice. This is about seeing something now differently. This could be adjustments in thinking. And so I feel like the king, he faces the open side of the book. And so I feel like if he was closed to communication in the past, he is now thinking of opening up. He's thinking of making a move here. This is a decision for the future. And this is about this argument that happened in the past, you see, because if you look at this Eight of Coins, they are, look at the coins, on the ground. There's nothing written on them. They're missing information. They're missing details. And I feel like with this card being next, this is somebody who wants back what they... And if this has been dragging, well, it's time to do this. Here we have it again. See, look at that. The Two of Cups came out on its side. So this is the challenge. The challenge is to open up, to open the communication, and to make this happen. You know? And there's the Fool. Look how he's torn in two, going back and forth. And he's going back and forth about the wish. And the wish, of course, is to open this communication and to make up, to restore a situation to peace and harmony, to have this very happy outcome, you know, to make up with somebody. So to have this fresh new start with the baby, with the child. Let's start over again, you know. That's what they want. This can be starting over. They could be thinking about or considering how to approach any potential issues because they are missing information. Any potential issues that they were having or that you know, popped up in the past that may have caused this, to approach those or anything that may come up with a fresh new perspective. So because this person now is looking at that situation differently, questioning it, it's like something is changing within them. And so this is a card of making adjustments, or either they're doing this or they need to do this, having to do with that trunk full of information. Okay, so they have this information that they've been carrying most likely for a long, long time, because this suggests a long time. Okay, and they're holding up one specific piece of information, and so I feel like they're making adjustments to that information. Something that they had in their trunk needs adjustment. In order to, with the agreement card, in order to clear something up, so that what? So that you can come back together. This is a making up. Oops, goes there. And so on top of that, we have the airplane. And the airplane speaks to major changes in a completely new direction. Okay, so if it's been stagnant, and if they haven't, let's say for them, they haven't moved on this, they've been procrastinating about approaching this, taking care of it, clearing it up, well, that's about to change. You know, and if and for you also, you know, if you've been sitting in this stagnant energy where it's been very cold and there's been no communication, well, that's about to change. Yeah. So this person was very wounded by something in the past, and that is what's behind all of this. Um, Now it's like they're very frustrated. They're feeling very impatient, I feel, to go and get this information and to approach it. I feel like they didn't give you the chance to speak, or they just, anything you said, they just, they didn't really want to hear it. They weren't really listening. I feel like this is, now they are ready and willing to listen, um, and to compromise about certain things, or they're just willing to listen in order to, it's like they want to work together with you to um, to make this relationship grow, to make it better. It looks like there's going to be a positive development here between you and this person over that situation in the past. I feel like that situation in the past is losing its power over him. And the reason that's happening is because he sees it differently now. Okay? But he still doesn't have all of his information. So he would be wanting that. Let me see here. Ten of Cups. So when it was upright, there were a lot of issues. So there were a lot of issues. There were a lot of issues that cropped up between you, or one main one. And they didn't stick it out. They didn't stick together and see it through. They were not understanding. This is the family that, although there's a lot of issues, they stick together. Okay? That's sticking together through thick and thin, But it's in the reverse. So they didn't. Okay? And they didn't because of a wound. And although those swords fell out a long time ago, this is what I'm saying, they may be feeling wounded or feeling guilty or feeling bad even because they didn't stick around or stick it out or get more information at the time it happened. Because look at how much time you've lost together. And so we see that after a pause, and this is the man again. You see, they're showing the man. He is as the king. Here he is as the man. Okay, and so the man, if you have, like, if there's been turmoil, and there has, then this card would indicate that maybe this person was a little overpowering in the past. I feel like there's a realization of how they acted in the past, okay? And now that they see this situation in a new light, I feel like they may wish to apologize for how they reacted and for not really giving you the benefit of the doubt, when it happened. So there was a pause here as they went through their emotions, they went through their information. But now this card speaks to somebody who, after a pause, begins to move again. You see that? his horse is moving. He paused by that stream for a break. And so now we have the Two of Cups, and this is a card of, it's a card of a harvest. Okay, so it's like they're wondering what they're going to gain for the effort that they're making. Okay, so they're a little worried. I feel that a lot of time has passed, and they're worried if you will accept their apology or even take them back after all of this time, possibly. Here they are. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. They're going to explain to you why they turned you down or walked away from you in the past. At the time, this card would suggest they were not ready to listen, okay, or to hear you out, or it's just they weren't ready to deal with it, okay? They're coming back and they're going to explain all of this to you. Okay, this is about getting to the root issue. So they will tell you a lot of things, but they will also, I feel, be seeking things from you. This person is coming in seeking your attention after a long journey. Okay, and there they are, and there's the message. It's coming. Look at that. They're sending it off. And so we have the flowers, and this is somebody who is in love with you, but it also speaks to how, something that's fragile, very delicate, okay, with the flowers here, and it's got this, it's so delicate, and it has these thorns, these are the like roses, right? And so it's got its thorns also. So it's like handle with care, because they could still get hurt, right? So, yeah. This is their worry, that they could still get hurt. That you might slam the door in their face, And so let's read these cards here. The King. And he was the very first card out in this reading. Okay. And so the King is saying that it's time for this person. It's time for them to put their house in order, to complete any unresolved issues, whether those be legal or otherwise, and deal with any issues related to fairness. So clearly they're feeling they weren't fair to you in the past. Take care of anything left undone, because this feels like that's how it was left, undone. Settle any arguments and make amends. This King, he acts with intelligence and strategy. Okay, so he thinks things through, pays attention to details. So this is what they would be advising this person to really look at the details of something. And I feel like that is what they've been doing. And then take affirmative action. And next is movement. So, wow. So this is what they're going to do. This is what we see. This is what they can barely keep themselves in this chair. Okay? And you can see that they're somewhat guarded. The sword just hangs over the arm of the chair. It's kind of looped there over the arm. And it is in its sheath. So in case they need it, right? Because, let's remember, this is very delicate and fragile situation. I mean, it could go one way, it could go the other, right? They don't know, but they can barely hold themselves here in this seat. You can see that they really want to make this move. And so the movement card is an omen of a change for the better. And look what we had up here, the same thing. Blessings after a tremendous struggle, coming out of a struggle. And so the card of movement, it speaks about a release from restriction, okay, and waiting. So if this person was restricted by the thoughts that they were thinking in the past, we now see that that is cleared up. They have a new perception with the child, especially the child is here twice. And so this now, with this new perception, they are released. Now, movement brings challenges that must not be resisted, because progress can only be made by letting go of what was, welcoming what is, and what is yet to come. So they should not, this and this was the challenge, because this was blocked, right? There it is, the challenge with the strength card sitting here, was to open communication again. He's looking at the open side of the book. And this was in the challenging position to make up. Okay? And so over here, we have the wind fairy. And so I was just speaking about the thoughts. And that's what this is about. Thoughts, words, intellectual, and analysts. Okay? It reminds you that thoughts manifest the unseen into the physical. It tells you to take the time to observe your predominant thoughts. Now, are those positive and empowering, or are they negative and disempowering? When you tune in to how your mind is focused, you will see the relationship between your environment and the thoughts that you're thinking. So, it only makes sense to change your outer world. You must first change the way you think. And that's really what this was all about. Because we had the child here right on top of these cards, okay? With the ring, the king, the movement, and the moon. So emotions could have been running the show with the moon there in the past, So it's the fact that they did or, are seeing things in a new way. The minute they see things in a new way, we see that things change. And that's exactly what this is saying. And so, they're coming. Communication is going to get unblocked here. And there's going to be a making up between the two of you. This was their challenge. And this card, this and this, the communication and this making up was their challenge. And this card says they're going to succeed. So you can expect news from this person. If you are the female and they are the male, and this is the male, because this is the male's energy. So if you are female, you can expect to hear from them. If you are the male, then there's something here for you to learn that could set you free from restriction. And, put you back onto the right path with someone you love. That is what I have for you. I thank you for watching, for liking and for sharing my videos, and for subscribing. Also, thank you to everyone who has sent in a donation. It is greatly appreciated. Many blessings to all of you.